welcome to this TechPledge online classes. So today we are going to learn how we can create a snapshot of a virtual machine, and with that snapshot how we can create another virtual machine. So in case you have created a virtual machine as a template and you want to use this template for your further usage, like let's say you want all your developers machines to have certain applications that has to be installed in every machine, and you have done the server hardening and everything for one machine, and you want that to be replicated in future any machine that is created in your environment. So in that case, the best way is to create that virtual machine, do the hardening, install all the application that you need, and then create a snapshot of that machine. Obviously we would be creating the snapshot of the operating system or the OS disk, right? With that snapshot we can create an image, and that image would help us to boot into another machine. Clear? So let's start. I have here already created my virtual machine. I'll take you there. So I have named it as a image VM, right? So this image VM I have created for this purpose. So let's keep in mind that this image VM, this resource group, everything has to be in the same location. Alright, so I created a resource group in Central US, and there I have created this machine. Okay, so now let's see how my machine looks like. So this is how I have logged into my machine. So just to ensure that whatever role and whatever application I install here should be replicated on my resultant machine, so that the one that I would be creating with that image. So let's go to tool, go to computer management. Now you would see in the storage, the disk management, I have here only one disk, right? C drive. This is my primary boot drive, right? And then I go here back to the server management. Let's add some role, because I'm not going to install something, just I would enable some role. So you would see that in my resultant machine that role is by default turned on. So let's go next. Image VM, this is already selected. What server role I want to give here? Let's give it a DNS server, right? Add feature. Okay, continue. So I have added this role to this machine. Alright, let's go next. Install. So basically I have made this machine as my DNS server. So I would create a snapshot of this machine, and then with that snapshot we'll create another virtual machine, and in that virtual machine this role should be by default enabled. So this is how it is going to work. This is my Azure VM, this is the C drive or the OS disk. I'll be creating the snapshot, and then with that snapshot I would be creating new disk, and with this I would be creating a new virtual machine, right? Or there could be another method. I can create the virtual machine and I can log into that virtual machine, create a Sysprep image, and with that Sysprep image I can create a new virtual machine. So I guess this is Sysprep image is the most common way we actually do in our on-prem environment also. In your local data center, you normally log into your server and you run the Sysprep and you create the image, right? So so this is very common. We are going to follow the method first, which is something new to learn. Okay, so this is done. Let's close. Okay, I'll prefer to shut it down. DNS is coming up here. Now you see this is DNS manager and this is my server. Under this you can see forward zone, reverse lookup zone, trust point, all this is coming. So basically this server is now my DNS server, right? Let's go back to our Azure portal, right? This is our Azure portal. Let's go to create. So once you, as you know, once you create a virtual machine, and then a disk would be created by default, right? So I can select this disk and I can create a snapshot, right? So you can go to snapshot, create one. However, I have already created one. Or there is another way. You can go here at home and you can go to snapshot. So we have now two ways where how you can create the snapshot. One, you can go to the disk, explore that disk that you have created, and you can create the snapshot. The second way is we can go to the snapshot option, and then there we have to select the disk. You can create snapshot, yes, and then you have to select the resource group. See, it is in Central US. We need to keep this in mind. I'll name it backup image. Okay, now where is my source disk? That machine that I have created, right? And I'll take it as a standard or premium, that is my choice. Okay, I can go and create one. So it might take 2 to 3 minutes. So now my snapshot is ready here. Let's go and check. See, so my backup image, the snapshot is ready. Right? So now let's go back to disk. So you cannot boot from a snapshot. You have to create a disk out of it, bootable disk, right? So now let's go create a disk. Okay, so the same resource group, and the disk name is test image. Let's stay with the same region. It's not needed. And here we have to select snapshot. Okay, so now it would show my this snapshot. Fine. Now we can create one. It would again take some time. So now my disk is ready. Let's check. Let's go to disk, right? This is my disk. So this is disk is ready, and it's ready to create another VM or create snapshot. We can simply go to create VM. Now you can see it's already giving here the image. So here I have my image already there. I can select this one. I can select a size, right? If I want to change a size, it's okay. And then I would be ready to create a, right? I have to give here the virtual machine name. So let's put it, it's already you see it's there. I'll put a test2 this is a new virtual machine, and I'll put a size here. Let's put, alright, see this RDP is already there. Now, yes, all this is already there. You see, virtual machine and everything is there. Okay. It would take another 5 to 7 minutes to create the virtual machine. So my machine is ready now, and as you can see, it didn't ask me any credentials or any username or password or anything, because username and password is already defined in my original machine, right? So let's go and check here. Right, so I have two machine here. Test 2 is my new machine. Let's boot in. So I would be using same credentials that I used for my previous machine. So I am almost in. So now let's see if my DNS row that I enabled on my previous machine, you see DNS is already there. So this because my original machine are a DNS server, and my this machine is also the DNS server. So basically I'm trying to show, like, whatever application or whatever tool you configure on the original machine, the same would be replicated on your image machine, right? However, we would need to rename this machine, because this is the machine, it's taking the exact same configuration from my original machine. So I have to change the name before adding it to my domain, right? So the second way is to get into this machine, create the snapshot, and then create a new virtual machine. So that we will follow now. Alright, so now what we will be doing, we will delete this machine, because we are going to create a snapshot from create a new virtual machine through the Sysprep, right? So we have to delete this. Okay, we have to wait for few minutes. So now I am logged in into my previous machine, that image VM, that the original machine that I created, and that we have to go and invoke Sysprep. Okay, so now right, I have to generalize this. Alright, okay, I'll shut it down now. Now it would take a few minutes to create a Sysprep image of this file or of this machine. So my image is created and now shutdown is in progress, so I'm disconnected. Alright, so if we go back, it would showing as a shutdown. It have to refresh. See, it's stopped, right? So I should be deleting this image. So my server is now shut down, so let me delete this machine. But before deleting, I will capture its image. Okay, so what would happen once my image is created? This machine would be deleted automatically, right? Because we don't want any conflict here, right? So I'll make it test 3. So here my machine is shut down now, and we have a Sysprep ready. I mean the snapshot is ready. So what we have to do now? We have to capture the image, right? So we go to this machine. This is the name of my machine. Okay. Let's go to capture. Okay. Automatically delete because I don't want any conflict here. And this is the name of my virtual machine with whom I want to create this snapshot or the image. So I create. So it would take another 5-10 minutes. Let's see. See, it says as well, use Sysprep generalized to prepare the Windows guest OS. So if you remember, we have already done that while running the Sysprep command. Okay, so it's still validating. Stopping virtual machine. Okay, we have to wait for some time here. Alright, so it says, if you look here, it says successfully deleted the virtual machine, successfully created the image, right? So my image is created and my original machine image VM is deleted now. Let's go back to virtual machine and check. I don't have a machine here because the image machine that I created is deleted now. All I have is image. Let's check the image. Go to the images. You see, image VM. This was my original machine, image VM, and now I'm left with only image, right? So let's go to this image. Let's see. So now with this image I can create a VM right from here. I can create VM. You see, it's already taking the same resource group, right? Image VM. Alright, you see it's taking the image that we created. If you go here, go to my items. I have there, right? So even if I'm going through create VM directly, I can choose this image from there, or alternatively I can go click the image and create VM. So I have two ways now. So I can select it from here. It's already selected though. I can select the size. Okay, select, right? Now I have this privilege where I can explain the username and the password. You remember while with the snapshot, that image that I created, the disk, that didn't ask me the username and the password, but here I can put a different username and the password. Alright, so everything is all set. I can simply go and create one. Okay, next, view and create. Now it would validate and create the virtual machine for me. You see, it has initiated my deployment. Now it's creating my virtual machine. It might take a few minutes. So the deployment is complete now. Let's go. You see my image 1. This virtual machine is up and running. Okay, let's go here, connect. Go to connect. OS admin. So we are logged in now. It's initiating. Alright, so it's up and we are on the server manager. Let's see if our DNS, this was the tool that we initiated on our original machine, remember? So if you see, again it's taking the same. Now we have all the forward zone, reverse zone, everything here, and the best part is the name is not the same. My original image name is my image and this machine is my image 1. So the username, the password, the machine name, everything is new. So this is the basic difference between in the two different methods that we discussed today. Let's go back. This is the method. The first method, we do not have liberty to change the username and the password and the machine name while creating the machine, right? After the machine is created, you would need to log into that machine and change the uh, machine name and add the user to that machine, right? In the second method that we went through the Sysprep and we captured the image, there we can actually put the new machine name and the username and the password. Alright, so I hope this method would work for you, and for our next session I'll come back with a new technique. Thank you. You have a great day.